what is going on with the 4-star currently? I mean, I did predict Xiangling to be on the banner in yesterday's video, but I honestly did not expect her to be, you know, literally come back this early from her universe. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, you know, putting Bennett and Thoma on the same literal banner in patch 4.7, because now with that they have to bring Xiangling back this early, right? Because otherwise they could have either got Bennett or Thoma on this banner, which is obviously good. But now I'll save the 4-star discussion in a little bit, because first off, yeah, the most important thing we know is going to be Emilie, is Yelan going to be here, and I know that it's a pretty important banner for many of you, especially for Yelan right here. Now for these two characters, I've already talked very in depth into them in these two videos. Like for Yelan, you can watch this, and for Emilie, I've already got like a pre-release discussion on her. So those are going to be a lot more in depth, because I won't be covering everything in this video, and I would just basically be giving my own personal opinion on these two characters in this video. Is that personally, guys, like, if you don't know what to pull in Genshin Impact in general, just get Yelan and you are very, very good with. If you guys are planning to go for constellations, then yes, obviously Yelan constellations are very, very good. Like any of the constellation for her will be able to help you in some cases, even her C1, right? The lifeline, extra 1 more E skill is very, very good. I personally have it, and it helps me a lot in world traveling, as well as, you know, damage wise as well, because Yelan E skill does a ton of damage. So overall, invest into anything for Yelan and you're good. For Emilie, while we know that she's going to be a good sub DPS character who doesn't rely on normal attack for triggering, however, the worst thing about her is that she is literally stuck in a burning team. I mean, while she's not as stuck as Nilou would in Bloom, but if you want to use her on any other kind of team, I don't think that's going to work too well for her. So Emilie, just burning team. In terms of Emilie team investment and everything that is required of her, I think right now she will be categorized for me as a preference character. Like honestly, I don't think that she's going to be a character that you get for a life-changing experience for your account. I mean, at least in terms of the reviews and appraisal, in terms of all the kit that, you know, she's got and all the information we've got until now, we still have to test her out once she comes next week. But from my saying that, it's probably going to be the wisest thing. If you're not going to be pulling for Yelan, then rather that save your Primo Gems and wait for future's Natlan character, because I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty much aware of that. So I'm not saying that Emilie is going to be a bad character in any way. She has damage potential. She's still going to do very, very well, but in terms of, you know, life-changing experience, I would think she's going to be there to make your life too much of a better because of how her team works. But if you do get her, yes, she is going to be a pretty good character to have on your account. So if you're pulling for her, I really wish you good luck on that. Okay, with that, now we touch on the 4-star character. Well, obviously, on literally something you can see, Xiangling is the only character that is quote-unquote good that you should be using on this banner right now. Now, that is a good thing. However, the downside is that since Xiangling has already been coming back and also been given out for free, right? So if any of you who really want Xiangling, I do believe that you already have many constellations of her, and many of you do already have her at C6. So it's kind of like pointless at this point in time for the 4-star roster, because Razor, I mean, man, I appreciate Razor to be coming back. I kind of expect Hazel to be here, which is why I predicted him. But Razor being here, while even though he hasn't been back for a very long time, I don't think anybody would want him at this point in time. I'm sorry, Razor main. Yanfei is an interesting character to be here. I mean, it makes sense because she works on Emilie team, and that's, you know, yeah, right? You know, you have like Yanfei, Xiangling, Emilie, you know, healer, for example, like Baiju. But then again, many of the time, Yanfei is going to be pretty much a preference character. Now, if you do invest into Yanfei and you do have her constellations, yes, Yanfei can dish out pretty good numbers, and yeah, she is a candidate that will be able to clear you content such as the Abyss and the theater content currently, right? So that is a very good thing from Yanfei. However, once again, it's a preference thing. You guys have to invest a lot into a character whenever you want to use them. I mean, the 4-star not really too good of a situation right now, so the only good thing right now is good luck for those of you who want small constellation for Xiangling, or if you're new to the game and you don't have her. Now, for the weapon banner, okay, this is interesting because if you are somebody who pulls on Emilie banner, you get Emilie and you want to go for her weapon, which is technically something that I do suggest because you know, the difference between her signature and the other 5-star options is actually quite a lot. So if you're really invested into Emilie, I do wish you good luck getting her weapon. But the bright side is that it's a very good weapon banner because the Aqua Simulacra is quite literally one of the top 5-star weapon we have in the game, right? It gives you very high crit damage stat. It's kind of like a bow that can be used literally in any of the bow character and they will do absolutely well. You got like, you know, HP increase and an extra 20% damage increase off that as well. Now the downside is that the base attack of this weapon isn't really too high, but doesn't really matter because it's a crit damage weapon anyway, right? So if you do get a copy of this, I myself don't even have this, so I really wish that I did, but I probably don't have this anytime soon because I'm probably not going to go for Emilie weapon. However, if you're trying to pull for Yelan weapon, now so it's kind of like the opposite, right? Now there aren't official information on her weapon just yet, so this information we're talking here can technically change, but even though her weapon give crit rate and do have decent base attack, this weapon can only be good if you are using your character in a burning team, right? So while technically you can slot this weapon onto any DPS polearm character and they will do well, but they are quite literally stuck in a burning team, so kind of sucks. But if we look onto the 4-star side, right, 4 out of the 5 4-star are technically not that bad. So we have got the Favonius bow and lance, which is like 2 of the best weapon for 4-star in the game, so that's really good. Now the Wandering Even Star and the Claymore isn't too bad. It gives you EM, but also gives you the ability to get more attack off of your EM while also giving your party member kind of like a similar buff. So it's kind of like a support 4-star weapon, and this weapon can be used on quite a lot of Catalyst users at this point. So if you do lose to a few copies of this Catalyst, it's actually not too bad because the passive can still be triggered even if, you know, multiple character on your team is holding it, and it can even be triggered off field. So it's kind of pretty interesting. The same things for the Claymore too. I don't think there are too many characters on the Claymore side who can make use of this. So overall, the banner for those of you who are pulling for Emilie is actually pretty good. Yelan, less of a good, kind of like a bait, but it could have been worse. But either way, I do wish you good luck if you are pulling on the banner. Now, obviously, we can't end the video without, you know, discussing for future banner because they are so important, especially at this point in time, guys. Natlin character are coming, right? You've got Mulani, you've got Kinich, who are the 2 5-star characters that are going to be coming. Now, we do have a bit of information on them already. Obviously, it's, you know, all quote-unquote leaks at this point in time, so we can't really discuss too much. But overall, we know that they're technically going to be kind of like a DPS character for you to be using. So they are going to be having on-field time for you guys to use. I mean, at this point in time, I don't really know how to feel about new characters, because we've already got too many good 5-star characters out there already, so any of the things that are required for you to clear out the game content is pretty much covered for you if you already pulled for some of the top tier character out there, right? I mean, obviously, if you are tackling the theater, then you do need to build more character for you to tackle that content. That's an interesting kind of like a twist, right? But more or less, the new 5-star roster for the first patch of Natlin is pretty much going to be a preference things. Now, we don't know which character are going to be rerunning this yet. Not to mention some of the other 5-star character from Natlin we already know that is going to be featured, right? Obviously, the Pyro Archon, quote unquote, is going to be coming very soon. So if you feel like you don't have any better thing to do with your Primogems, I think this is one of the best time for you guys to start saving rather than just try to waste your Primogems if you're not really interested in getting more Yelan and if you don't really too much want to get Emilie. So that honestly is going to be my saying regarding those future banners. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated on any of the news that Natlins are going to have, and next week we are going to be testing out Emilie as well, so that I can give you my definitive guides on Emilie and my review on her to see if whether or not she's really worth it for you to pull. Right now I do have a very in-depth pre-release review on Emilie, so if you're really interested into her, you can have a look into it. It covers a lot into her kit at this point, so I'm sure it's going to be a very enjoyable video for you. So I have, guys, if you have any question, leave it down in the comment section. I or some lovely other Genshin player will get to you there. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I wish you a super day and I will catch you on my next video.